Hello and welcome to Prime Business. I am Pius Kujubaka. The Bank of Ghana's professional assessment has come under intense scrutiny after the central bank revised its decision to terminate the appointments of nearly 100 members or staff who were dismissed for failing to meet the bank's work standards. The staff who were let go in June 2025 due to unsatisfactory performance during their probationary period were recalled after a management meeting on June 26. Speaking on the development, senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana Business School, Dr. Benjamin Amwa, called on the central bank to work at minimizing any reputational risk as a result of the reinstatement.
Yes, it may come as a surprise considering the letters that came out that these individuals could not meet the performance standard, and for that matter, their services were no longer needed after the probation period. Just for us to see what appears to be a U-turn in that decision, and this time around, it is to give them a second chance. So you may want to look at it as Bank of Ghana demonstrating some level of compassion and fairness, trying to give these individuals another chance. And also, it could be that Bank of Ghana want to address some of the assessment gaps that they may have identified that may have led to what may appear to have been a non-fair assessment of these individuals. But of course, what it also portrays is that the central bank standard in terms of assessment is coming under scrutiny, because why didn't they identify this weakness ahead of time? And why was it not addressed right from the word go than to come out with the indication that their services are no longer needed, just for us to have this U-turn that we are seeing. Now, when these individuals get back again to work, how would the atmosphere be for those who were initially selected? They thought they were qualified. Of course, I'm not saying they have been denied, but then this group of individuals are also being given a second chance. Does it mean that we are lowering the standard for those who are getting the second chance? And what signal does it send within the Bank of Ghana work environment? I think BoG must find a way of handling some of this so that going forward, we don't have repetitions where some individuals may go through the probationary process fair and square, and it just happened that others will be given another second chance for them to come and try. Sometimes can create workplace tension, and you don't want that to happen, especially for a regulator like the Bank of Ghana. Reputational risk is at stake, and you must always try to protect the reputation of institutions like the Bank of Ghana.
And we have more other corridors of the central bank because they have cautioned the public, banks, dedicated electronic money issuers, and enhanced payment service providers not to transact any business with 10 money transfer organizations operating in the remittance and foreign exchange market without regulatory approval. More in this report.
The companies are Ace Money Transfer, Remit Union, Remit Home, Rose Remit, Monty Global, NairaGram, iTransfer, UruPay, Eversend, and EasySend. The statement warned that non-compliance with the directive will result in severe sanctions, including the withdrawal of the license of the institution in breach. The statement explained that Section 3.1 of the Foreign Exchange Act 2006, Act 723 states that a person shall not engage in the business of dealing in foreign exchange without a license issued under this act. It added that Section 15.3 of the Foreign Exchange Act states each transfer of foreign exchange to or from Ghana shall be made through a person licensed to carry out the business of money transfers or any other authorized dealer.
The Agricultural Development Bank of Ghana, a cornerstone of agribusiness financing since 1965, has launched its 60th anniversary campaign, unveiling a clean and forward-thinking new tagline, Beyond Banking. More in this report for you. By an act of parliament in 1965 as the Agricultural Credit and Cooperative Bank, later renamed ADB in 1967, the institution was created to meet Ghana's agricultural banking needs. Over the decades, ADB has expanded beyond lending to support the full agricultural value chain, financing farming, processing, and trade. The bank has also revised its vision, aiming to rank among the top 3 banks in Ghana and to be globally admired for its people, processes and performance. Managing Director of the bank, Edward Atu Sapong, stated that the bank will intensify its investment in artificial intelligence and technology to better serve its customers.
It's just about thinking about what we do as a bank, who we impact, who we affect. Our services affect so many people. It affects the educational sector, construction sector, services sector, and it's not just coming in to do banking. It's not just deposit and withdrawals. We believe that our banking service goes beyond the traditional banking. And also banking is not just bricks and mortar, it goes beyond that. So it is about how we are impacting society with our banking services and how we are influencing the economic development of our beautiful country. That is how we see ourselves now.
Prophet Christopher Yawano of International Central Gospel Church Holy Ghost Temple, Adenta, advised the bank to uphold good ethical standards.
Faith, hope, and love. And he said, love is the greatest of all. I want to leave with you that have faith in God. Having faith in God helps you to walk through without the fear of the future.
A long-time customer of the bank, Samuel Ni Ashali, businessman who is into starch and pure production, praised ADB for its financial support.
Their services have been splendid in terms of support, financial capital, investment, perfect. There is no point like ADB. Let me say today that ADB is the best bank in Ghana in terms of financial support to small scale industries.
Away from the banking sector, the Ghana Revenue Authority has renewed its monthly crackdown on businesses defaulting on their tax obligations in the Ashanti region. Over 150 shops at Tech Junction Trading Center in Eija through the Adako Jachi, which have been locked up by officers of the Ashtown office. And my colleague Emmanuel Bright Kweku has made this report for you.
Traders and business entities who had trooped to the market center to open their shops for the day's trading activity met their facilities under lock and key. The shops also had embossed on their gate inscriptions that read GRE Ashtown TSC. The gates were locked up with padlocks from the office, bearing varied numbers of the Revenue Mobilization Office. Although some traders are reported to have defaulted on their tax payments, others resented, arguing that they honored their obligations. The early morning exercise saw trading activities at the market slowing as potential customers failed to make purchases.
Like if I have you will feel 6 days now, I'm for say they are required around 82 shops they are in the first young shop.
We've been here since morning. We were told the GRE tax force had come to lock up our shops, so our boss went to their office to find out. We've been here, and there are lots of customers who trooped in here to seek services, but we had to turn them away.
Oh, one thing I said, mostly, maybe so much, but I
have paid my tax, and so once I got there, I showed them the receipts, and they were able to give me the keys to open my shop. However, in an interview with Love Business, head of the Ashanti Town Tax Office, Henry Jan noted that the individuals with their shops locked up failed to register for the value-added tax, while others reneged on their usual tax fees.
They are owing. Others too have to register for VAT, and they are not. The VAT registration, they will tell you stories. VAT is cost push and cost push. When you buy from the one who retail, and it gives you the VAT, it push it to the consumer. Then you as agent, you take the money and come and pay. They complain. So because of that, some are logged because of VAT registration. Others also owe, which will serve them notice of tax due. And our officers will be going there demanded, but when you put in a little reasonable cost they batch. So they are there, they are making payments. When they pay, give them the padlock keys, then they go and obey.
The non-payment is adversely impacting the monthly and quarterly tax targets of the office. At least 10.8 million cedis tax targets have been set for the office for the month of June. The GRE is admonishing businesses and the public to regularly pay up their taxes for national development. For Joy News, my name is Emmanuel Bright Kweku.
The Greater Accra Regional Chairman of the Association of Ghana Industries, Chona Mapelu, is urging increased support for small and medium-scale enterprises. He made the call during an interview with Joy Business at the AES Impact Experience event, emphasizing the critical role for SMEs in Ghana's economy.
The AES Impact Experience is a platform to sharpen skills, expand vision, and position business for growth and formalization. Speaking to Joy Business, Chona Mapelu stressed the need for enterprises to be supported to attract funding and also create jobs.
Formalizing businesses in Ghana, for example, require a lot. The entire business environment is very harsh to SMEs especially. You are required to comply with several regulatory requirements and also pay several fees and duties and taxes and so on. And so a lot of SMEs would rather prefer to remain informal because that way they're able to keep their money and just run as it is. Another thing is that there's an enormous lack of education and capacity building for our SMEs to appreciate the significance of transforming their businesses to a more formalized businesses. So that is why programs like these are very essential for businesses, because we need to build a capacity.
President of the Young Investor Network, Joshua Mensah, said the informal sector should be given more opportunity.
This is the AES Impact Experience, where we focus on training the informal sector businesses. We believe that informal sector businesses are the main engine growth of this economy. So when they are being formalized, they can contribute immensely to the economy. So with the help with DCI, we are able to do training for the informal sector. We train almost 400 informal sector businesses.
The event was under the theme "From Skills to Scale Up: Formalization of the Informal Sector."
And to some other stories, legal practitioner and managing consultant at Excel Legal Consultancy, Victor Ankuchide, has expressed concerns over the government's decision to extend Tullow Ghana's petroleum license from 2030 to 2040 under a renewed agreement. Speaking on Beyond the Numbers here on Joy News, Mr. Ankuchide argued that Ghana now holds significantly more bargaining power and should use its 15 years of industry data to renegotiate more favorable terms.
A competitive environment. The oil extraction business is a very, very expensive business. I mean, I have seen figures, for instance, where you need up to about $1 million a day in prospecting or exploration of oil. Now, if as a country you cannot match that sort of financial inflow in the business, your bargaining power tends to be weakened. However, the argument we are making is not really to say that let's do a 50-50 split. We are not Christian society. I believe Ghana recognizes the fact that it is dead in some extent. However, the figures, for instance, that my counted was that 2010-20, we earned just under some 5 billion from the Jubilee Field operation, while the international oil companies need as much as 8.6 billion. Now, if you recall, we went to the IMF for $3 billion to stabilize our economy under such stringent conditions. If a bit of the 18.6 billion is given to us, I believe it would have saved off some of those things and would show up our economy. So I believe what the argument is not to say that let's have a 50-50 split or let's be on the upper hand. I believe what civil society and the others that I have come across are saying is that give us a bit of what belongs to us.
So watching Prime Business. Turning passion into profit isn't always easy for artists, but painter and sculptor B.A. Champo makes marketing his art look effortless, blending creativity with business savvy to bring his pieces to the world. We follow his journey on the Joy Business Van today.
Marketing artwork in Ghana presents a unique set of challenges for artists and creatives. Despite the country's rich cultural heritage and vibrant artistic scene, limited access to platforms, funding and promotional channels often hinders artists from reaching wider audiences. Painter and sculptor B.A. Champong is a standout example of an artist who has managed to break through these challenges, though his journey was far from easy.
Personally, I started as a roadside artist. Very small kiosk at Kumasi, Apatrapa Junction, Tanoso. Kumasi Tanoso, opposite Apatrapa Junction. Very small, very, very small. And then I kept on like that, and I said, no, let me improve.
We visit his galleries, strategically located at West Hills Mall and Atlantic Mall in Accra, where his artworks are thoughtfully curated to appeal to a diverse range of audiences.
Like if I should take you through the works, some of them you can get like 50 CDs, 20 CDs. So when you come, just tell your budget. To make it so simple, you can tell your budget, oh, okay, my budget is this, but I have this one I'm doing, so I want you to help me choose that will suit me.
This strategy has significantly expanded his customer base, with local patrons now accounting for 40% of his clientele. So what does he do differently?
My people, I mean, if I talk about my people, those who are doing artwork like my own, you know, the passion, sometimes the passion is too much that they work 24 hours without going out to seek for a place to sell. You see, some of them, they have hotels around them. They don't do that. So my secret is that I have time, I sit down to produce the works, and I have time go out. Sometimes I just get time, I mean, devote time for myself. If let's say a place I want, like maybe Legon or somewhere, I'll just walk to them, talk to them. Sometimes it's very expensive, but when you talk to them, they know your distance, your budget, they can give you small space, then you start from there.
Champong is also leveraging social media to build a strong personal brand and connect directly with art lovers and collectors both in Ghana and abroad. The accomplished painter and sculptor believes that pursuing formal education has played a crucial role in redefining his craft.
I did art with SHS. Then I went to do my diploma at Ghana College of Art at Asalam Down. And then I worked for almost 10 years. And I realized that roadside artists, the computer system came in, and then we were fading out. I said, no, I have to be smart. After working for almost 10 years, I realized that I was fading out. In order to upgrade myself, I said, no, let me put everything aside. I went to University of Education, Winnipeg, to do my degree for 4 years.
B.A. Champong is focused on creating high quality, yet affordable art pieces that are accessible to everyone.
My price is very, very affordable. And then also we use very good materials, quality materials. So that one, if you need something, you buy something here, like a special paintings. The one you get here from B.A. Champong is the same quality that you get in UK, US, Canada, anywhere. The same type of material I'm using. So the quality is one, the affordability, the pricing, the affordability is two. And then also, when you come here, of course, you come back.
B.A. Champong's artistic influence has extended well beyond Ghana's borders.
We ship all over the world. So maybe you see something on my TikTok page or Instagram, or maybe you've seen something here and you think it's too heavy, you can't carry it. You can just leave your contact. We ship to all over the world, all over the world. We do that often.
Well, one more reason you should patronize art pieces.
So you are buying something for your unborn, let's say your children or your great-great-great-grandchildren. You have works from me. And then maybe your unborn child grow up to become maybe 20 years, 30 years, and he's buying, he will have my works, maybe 5 of them. We are talking about $1 million, and it will happen. So buy and keep like you are keeping your money in the bank, and not for only the decoration.
Be a Champion's journey reflects both the challenges and possibilities within Ghana's art scene. While marketing artwork in the country remains a difficult path for many creatives, his story proves that with resilience, strategic thinking, and a commitment to accessibility, success is attainable.
And before we part companies, immediate past president of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Dr. Ebo Hammond, is urging supply chain and logistics professionals to leverage technology and find innovative solutions to Ghana's logistics and transport challenges. Speaking at the induction ceremony of new members, Dr. Ebo Hammond urged the professionals to adopt emerging technologies and align with global trade patterns.
The induction of new members into the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Ghana showcases their commitment to professionalism and advancement of supply chain logistics and transport sectors. In all, 88 members were inducted, including 4 new Chartered Fellows, 36 Chartered members, and 48 members. Delivering his keynote address at the ceremony, immediate past president of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport, Dr. Ebo Hammond, called for coherent approach to advance the activities of the sector.
As CRT members, we are expected to be at the forefront of adopting best practices, leveraging technology, and finding innovative solutions to Ghana's unique supply chain logistics and transport challenges. To our inductees, your journey with CRT begins today, but your commitment to these principles must be lifelong.
President of the Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport Ghana, Engineer Makamuama, urged the new members to commit to the values and ethical principles of the profession.
Certain things are expected of them to be very unique. They should be able to impact society and also ensure that the well-being of the system, whenever they are taking any actions, they should really think through how it affects the next and next generations. Sustainability is a key. Environmental sustainability is one area we keep developing them, we keep teaching them, and that any action that they take, they should think of the future.
The ceremony was themed upholding professional standards and values for national development.